I want to ask you this question. If God removed every limit today, what impossible thing would you step into? Maybe it could be something you've been holding back. Maybe it's a dream, a purpose, or even a calling you've been too afraid to reach for. Take a moment and imagine it. What would it feel like if nothing could stop you? Take a moment and really think about it. The impossible you've been dreaming of. I ask myself this too sometimes, wondering why life hasn't moved the way I hoped. Maybe it feels so far away, almost unreachable. You've sat alone at night, staring at the ceiling, thinking about the life you dreamed of, and wondering why it feels like it's slipping further away with every passing year. You've given your all, worked, prayed, hoped, and still some things never move the way you expected. You've watched others around you take steps forward while you feel frozen. Doors open for them, opportunities knock, and you start asking yourself, why not me? Am I missing something? Is this all I'll ever have? There are quiet moments nobody sees. Tears in the car when nobody's around. Late nights of worry over bills, family, or dreams you thought were yours. The weight of disappointment presses down, making even the smallest steps feel impossible. You've tried to protect your heart. You've stopped dreaming as big. You've learned how to survive in a world that feels indifferent. Walls go up around your faith, your hope, your desire for more, because reaching out and failing hurts too much. But the place you are now, that struggle, that pause, that survival mode, it doesn't define your story, not today, not ever. You wouldn't believe some of the things I've been through. I've faced nights where hope felt like a stranger, where doors I prayed for seemed to slam shut before I even got close. I've walked through seasons that tested every ounce of faith I had. Moments where it seemed easier to give up than to keep going. There were times I questioned God. I asked myself, why is this happening? Why does it feel like I'm always behind? But even in those moments, I kept holding on. I didn't understand everything, and I still don't, but I kept moving forward, step by step. I've seen life push me to the edge, made me doubt my worth, made me feel invisible at times. And yet, somehow here I am. Not because everything went perfectly, not because the path was easy, but because I stayed, I survived, and I kept trusting, even when I couldn't see the outcome. You might not see it yet in your own life. You might be in a season where it feels impossible to move forward, where each day looks the same and hope feels distant. I get it. I've been there, and I mean that. In God, in faith, in persistence, even in silence. I've been there, and let me tell you this. The story isn't over yet. Even when it feels like life has stacked the odds against you, even when every door seems closed, God can move in ways you never imagined. Things you've prayed for, things you thought were impossible, He can make them possible. Not because you're perfect, not because you figured it all out, but because His power doesn't depend on your strength. The Bible reminds us in Luke 1:37, "For nothing will be impossible with God." Think about that for a moment. Nothing. Not a single thing. What feels impossible to you, what feels out of reach, what makes you doubt yourself, it's not impossible for Him. I've seen it. I've felt it. Moments where I thought I had nothing left, and suddenly a door opens. A path becomes clear. A dream I had buried begins to breathe again. And it's never because of me alone. It's always because of His timing, His will, and His ability to move mountains in ways I could never plan. You might be thinking, that's nice for you, but my life isn't like that. And I get it, I really do. But take a moment to imagine. If God could take your situation, every limitation, every closed door, and make something impossible happen, what would that look like? Even the things you've given up on, even the dreams you've stopped speaking aloud. Nothing is impossible when God is in it. Faith is more than believing in God from a distance. It's stepping into the unknown even when you can't see the whole path. It's taking the first step, trusting that He's already moving behind the scenes. I've learned that faith isn't about perfection. It's about obedience in small things, courage in the quiet moments, and trust when the world doesn't make sense. Every step of faith you take, even the tiniest one, starts a chain reaction that can change your life in ways you never imagined. You may be afraid. You may doubt yourself. You may wonder if it's too late or if the risk is too high. I've been there too. But stepping out in faith doesn't mean the fear disappears. It means you move forward despite it. Think of every dream you've tucked away, every plan you've given up on. What if today you just took a single step toward it? Not because you know how it will end, but because God knows and He's already working on your behalf. The impossible doesn't become possible by wishing or hoping. It becomes possible by moving forward, trusting God with every step. Look at where you are right now. Every challenge you faced, every setback, every moment you felt unseen, it has shaped you, prepared you, and brought you here for a reason. You may not understand it yet, but your story is still being written. God has been working in ways you haven't noticed. The seeds you planted, the prayers you whispered, the patience you held on to, they're not wasted. They're building something bigger than you can see. Step into today with courage. Step into the unknown with faith. Not because everything will be perfect, but because God can take even the smallest step of obedience and turn it into something extraordinary. Remember Jeremiah 29:11? For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Let that sink in. Let it remind you that your story is not over. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to see the whole path. Take the step God is calling you to today. Trust Him with the rest. Your impossible is waiting on the other side of faith. And as you leave this video, hold on to this. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. God is faithful and He is moving, even when you can't see it.